Hi girls, so I have come on to show you how to do simple waves in your hair. I did ask you whether you wanted me to show you how to do the waves using curling tongs or straighteners, and the majority of you voted for straighteners. So today I'm going to use the Voduz straighteners. I'm going to just take a simple section and get that all out of the way. It's easier to start at the bottom and work upwards so you're not, the hair is not getting in the way. So what I did was I blow dried my hair yesterday. So if you'd have seen my stories, my hair is very curly. So what I like to do is just dry it off and keep the texture. I don't want it too smooth or too straight because I want to keep the volume. So I just dried it off using a little bit of argan oil just to help smooth it a little bit because my hair is so frizzy. If your hair is finer, what you want to do is use a sea salt spray or a volumizing mousse and then blast dry it off and smooth it out just so that to get rid of any frizz but to keep the volume. So here we go. What I'm going to do first is spray that section with hairspray. Don't go in too close to the hair because you want it to cover all of that section and not just one little area. So I'm not going to use a comb or anything because it doesn't have to be perfect. So we're going to pop that in and turn. And I'm going to pull it down a little bit and release. So I'm not going to do the ends because I want the ends to be pretty straight. I don't want it to be like really super curly. So just turn your head like that. And what I'm doing is directing the straighteners towards the back of the head. So I'm going to turn it and just pull really gently and release. So my hair is obviously quite short. So if you have longer hair, you basically just turn it again and pull it down. So it's as simple as that. You want to keep the straighteners moving through the hair because you don't want to damage it. So the hairspray also acts as it holds it, and it acts as a little barrier. But these straighteners are great. They're infrared technology, so it just means it's kinder to your hair. So spray the next section. And again, start from the front. And I'm just taking like vertical sections. So I'm popping it in, turning it, and bringing it down, and remember to leave the ends out. So the more hair you put in, obviously the bigger curls you want. So I'm just using like, I suppose about an inch thick sections. Pop it down and leave the ends out. So you just keep doing that, repeating. Turn it, bring it out and drop. So as you go along, you just leave it. I'm not pulling out the curls because it's still quite hot and you need to leave it to cool down to set. So turn away from your face. Pull it out and just drop it. I'm just repeating this right to the top. So turn it and release. I'm not pulling it really hard. The more you pull, the more you'll damage the hair. And make sure you keep your straighteners nice and clean. Make sure this area you wipe it so there's no residue, because if you have lots of hairspray residue or a lot of product on there, it will pull the hair. It'll be harder for the hair to slide through. So I got to the top, and this is when you decide where your parting is. So mine's about here. So get it into the parting and spray. And I'm going to start at this side because this is my fringe over here. So I'm going to start here. So then I'll finish on my fringe. So on the top, I don't want the curl to be starting from here. I want it to be quite low. Just as a wee bit more modern. You don't want to be going with ringlets. And just take those sections again around here. If you have a problem with seeing the back of your head, just have a little mirror that you can look and turn and just make sure that you haven't missed any there at the back. So as you can see, I'm not bringing the tongs right up to the root, and I'm leaving the little ends out. So what I'm going to do here, when I get to the front, I want it to be more of a sweepy fringe. So instead of coming down this way, I'm going to take this diagonally. And I'm just starting again lower where I want this to basically blend in. And it's just going to fall like that. I like to take like these smaller sections here, just so I get a little bit of texture there at the front. So as you can see, the little ends there. So what I'm going to do is just make sure those ends are a little bit straighter. I don't want curly ends. I want it to be a bit straight, just so it's like, it looks a bit messier. It's not like a big curl. Especially when you have shorter hair, it's nicer to keep it, it just keeps it more beachy looking. So what I'm going to do is take a little bit of serum. So this is just the argan oil. If you're blonde and you want to use a serum or an oil, just make sure that there's no colour in it. Sometimes it can be quite yellow and it can affect your blonde. So what I'm going to do is just run my fingers through my hair. So what I'm going to do now is take a little bit of sea salt spray, because I like my hair to be, I don't like it too soft and shiny. I think this style works best when it's a little bit dirty. So I'm going to spray in a little bit of the sea salt spray just to give it that extra wee bit of texture. So I'm going to use the Matrix Rough Me Up. So it's a salt infused spray, and it's not going to make it too crunchy. It's just quite light. So I'm just going to finish with a little bit of hairspray just to give that extra wee bit of finish and hold. So that's how to do it. Pretty easy. So if you have any questions about this hairstyle or any of my previous tutorials, just let me know. Have a good night. Bye.